is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave, on the Township website, and posted on the bulletin boards of Township Hall. We request anyone wishing to address council, please wait for the mayor to recognize you. Please state your name and address for the record, and please remember, all comments must be kept to 3 minutes or less.
Thank you. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad?
Here.
Councilmember Coons?
Here.
Councilmember Roy?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Here.
Mayor Sippel.
Here. Okay, moving down the agenda, we'll go right to the work session. Tonight we have, or today I should say, we have a special presentation to recognize and honor a couple retirees from the township. We have Alan Magavita here today, and also Blanche Cameron's here also. So at this time, I'm going to ask the council and the manager to join me. And Alan, please come up forward to receive your plaque.
Not too far. Although you're welcome. You're more than welcome. They'll come to you.
I want to thank Al for coming in today for his presentation of plaque, and just thank you from deep down in my heart for the work you've done for the township council. You know, you could be sitting home watching TV, but you came out here today rather, so I'm happy for that, and I wish you all luck in your retirement, you know, and I know other times when you retire, it's kind of thing, I've been there before, okay, but I'm really glad you came today for your plaque, and let me get it for you. Certificate of congratulations present to Alan Magavita. Congratulations on retirement. Thank you for your 23-plus years of dedicated service to the residents of Millman Township. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. So you want to come over here? We'll get a picture. Over here. Then you sneak out. There you go. Once you go on the other side. Okay. No, you're right there. And we'll get your plaque out there. Okay. Thank you, Alan. And we'll thank you for coming in today. Oh, your phone. Okay. I was going to ask you to send you the pictures. Oh, okay. All right, thank you, now, appreciate you coming in. Well, it's your turn.
Yeah, we'll get you out of retirement in about 5 minutes.
Hey, Mitch, why don't you come up forward? You're the department head. Mitch is a nice guy. Well, now you say that, now you're retired, right?
I think that a month ago.
But, you know, I want to thank Blanche for coming in also, you know, and, during COVID, you know, we had a lot of changes here. And, Blanche was actually assigned the front door out here. That's the fall, was going to cut back on people coming in because of COVID, you know, and, I would come in a couple times a week in the morning, and I walk by, she'd say, "Can I help you? What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to work back here a little bit, you know, so, I know that's okay, well, you know, my uniform usually a pair short, you know, sweatshirt or sweat t-shirt, something like that, you know, but with all kidding aside, I want to thank you for your service to the township. I want to read your certificate, congratulations. President Lance Cameron, congratulations, retirement. Thank you for 27 plus years of dedicated service to the rest of Lower Township. So thank you very much for everything. Coin from the deputy mayor too. So, you good? Good. Okay. Sorry, Gary, I see you back there. I brought you up here with the alley. Okay. Okay, we'll move down to the consent agenda. Anybody on council have any comments on the consent agenda?
No comment.
No comments?
No comments.
Anybody from the public want to comment on the consent agenda only? I close the public portion.
Approval of the minutes, July 6, 2022. Resolutions number 2022-226 through 2022-232.
Is there a motion to move forward?
Make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-07, an ordinance of the Township of Lower vacating, surrendering, and extinguishing the public rights of Lucille Avenue, an unimproved paper street. This is the second reading and public hearing for this ordinance. This ordinance has been posted, published, and made available to the public.
Any council comments on this?
No comment.
Anybody from the public want to comment on this second reading of the ordinance? Close the public portion. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-08, an ordinance amending Chapter 475 Parks and Recreation, subsection 16, Memorial Bench Dedication Program of the Code of the Township of Lower. This is the second reading and public hearing for this ordinance. This ordinance has been posted, published, and made available to the public.
Any council comments? Anybody from the public want to comment on this ordinance? Close the public portion. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second the motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Resolution number 2022-233. This is bid acceptance and contract award of a 2022 NJDCA Small Cities Program, Cloverdale Avenue, Evergreen Avenue, and Spruce Avenue storm sewer improvements.
Any council comments?
Finally?
You hit the nail on the head with that one. But, anybody else want to comment?
It's a long time coming, but it's desperately needed, and we'll be able to take care of another issue with flooding, so that's great.
Anybody from the public want to comment on that? Close the public portion. I'll make a motion to move forward and approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-235. This is a resolution authorizing a grant application and the execution of a grant agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for Wildwood Avenue.
Any council comments? No. Comment from the public? Close the public portion. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second the motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes. Engineer report?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The first project is the reconstruction of Wilson Drive. This was the 2022 NJDOT grant for $180,000. So all work and punch list items have been completed by Chavone Construction, and the paving area turned out pretty great, and we got a lot of good positive feedback from the residents in the area. So this contract is now in the closeout phase. Next is Cloverdale, Evergreen, and Spruce. So it looks like we finally got our approval from the state. So we look forward to moving forward with this project in construction. Next is reconstruction of Delaware, Delaware Bay Drive, Millman Lane, and Atlantic Avenue. All the storm sewer improvements and the final paving is complete on this project. We're now in the closeout phase of this project. Next is the reconstruction of Maury Avenue, Harvard Street, Peters Road, and Howland Avenue. This is the second phase of that larger road project. And this was awarded to Asphalt Paving Systems in the amount of $1,886,600. We held our pre-construction meeting on June 15th, and the work has started on the week of July 5th on Howland Avenue, and this is expected to be completed in early October. Next is Diamond Beak Parchin Park improvements. So we attended a meeting with the Recreation Department on July 5th to finalize this design. We look to bid this project in the fall for fall construction. Next is the Njdot grant for reconstruction of Fire Lane. The township received a grant for $170,000 for this work. We're in the final phase of design, and we're scheduled for construction in the fall for this as well. Next is the replacement of various pavilions throughout the township. We received quotes from 2 different manufacturers, and these are under review by our office and the township. We met with the Recreation Department on July 5th on this project as well, and we look to finalize this design for fall construction as well. Finally is the fiscal year 2023 municipal aid grant program with Njdot, and this is for the reconstruction of Wildwood Avenue. So our office submitted this grant application on June 23rd. And the resolution that was passed tonight is just to finalize this grant application. That concludes my report. Are there any questions on any of those projects?
Any questions?
Progress.
No, thank you. Mr. Lafferty, you have anything you want to add?
No, sir. I don't have a report. I
Okay.
would just discuss some of the projects that we're working on right now, some of the road projects. So Cody kind of covered all of that. I'm just glad that we're involved in so many projects at this time, and glad to see they're coming to fruition. I know that one of the things I did want to talk about briefly is the county road, Fishing Creek. I know that you had reached out to the county as well, and I've been in touch with Bob Church on several occasions, and that project is close to going out. We thought it was going to go out to bid in July, but it looks like that's going to be an early fall program. So we're hoping to get that started this fall with paving Fishing Creek Road up to Tabernacle. And then phase 2 of that, there's some state aid funding for that. That'll happen on a second phase of that project out to Academy. So that's something that's in the works, and I know it's desperately needed because Fishing Creek is probably one of the worst roads here in Lower Township. So I just wanted to cover that real quick.
I think the MUA has some responsibilities over there also, because some settlement over there. I think they need to go over there, maybe work with our public works and fix some potholes over there until the county comes in and paves that.
Okay, I'll reach out to the new director tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Okay, we move down to public comments. I want to remind everybody that we ask you to keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. It's not a question and answer period, it's not a debate period, it's made for comment. So anybody from the public want to come to the microphone and comment? Yes, sir.
Mike Rosenberg, Miami Beach section of the Villas. One of my comments was addressed by our manager, Fishing Creek Road. It's terrible. The other comment I want to make was another road, Bayshore Road. That's an accident waiting to happen there, especially coming from Middle Township to Lower Township. People are riding the shoulder there. Other people don't ride the shoulder because they may have bigger cars. Making that into a 2-lane highway there coming towards us, very dangerous. contractors that are putting in the pipes for the water and things like that, they need to be held responsible to cover up that stuff correctly. It's just a disgrace. I believe that's what happened to Fishing Creek Road, definitely happened on Bay Shore Road. Years ago, I addressed the same problem in my neighborhood, Miami Avenue East, from Coral Road to the end. There's a split in the middle of the road where grass has been growing for years. Stuff like this is just, they need to do it right. And that's my comment.
All right, thank you.
My name is Tim McKenna. I live at 9601 Atlantic Avenue, Grand, Diamond Beach. And I'm just here in a bit of a spirit of responsible citizenship. I've been working with people in the township for some years now on the planned dune that the state and Army Corps want to build on Diamond Beach. I want to thank the township attorney for sending us the response that the town made to the last state aid agreement. I understand I know there's a new state aid agreement yet again, and I would like to just say we would very much like to work with the township to the extent it's possible on this project. And we have been, like all the other owners on Diamond Beach, we have been maintaining the dune. We've actually been building our own dune. And if I understand from the press, if the state takes any longer on this project, we won't have to build any dunes because it will have accumulated almost by itself. But seriously, though, we would like to work together. My fellow board member, Bob Rapchinsky, is with us. I'm not expecting to have any discussion with him tonight, but just, the point we've been making consistently is that the property owners like us and Sea Point have been basically managing the beach effectively for a long time now, and we pay for it, and the state appears to want to throw the responsibility and cost in your lap, which I don't think that you want. We're prepared to handle the responsibility, just want to stay abreast and work with you, that's all. Jim Yost, who manages our property, wants to make a few comments too. He manages us in Sea Point. But anyway, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Mayor and Council, thank you for your time. My name is Jim Yost, and I've been asked to make comments on behalf of the Grand at Diamond Beach and also Sea Point Village. We appreciate your time and communication with the oceanfront private property owners regarding the shore protection project. We shared a May 25th letter to the DEP Representative Chris Constantino from the Township Solicitor, and it states that easement language should be modified to remove the statement that the beach in Diamond Beach is not subject to constant erosion or degradation. The letter states that the sand accretion in the area is substantial and erosion and degradation is simply not a problem. We appreciate this continuity of agreement that there is no erosion and no history of problems. In fact, given the unique phenomenon of regular measurable accretion, there's justification for leaving the dunes and beaches as they are and allowing the private property owners to continue to enhance the dunes. What currently exists is private property owners doing the right thing for the right reasons and bearing all the costs. In fact, even going so far as to hire national experts to guide their actions. We want to move forward and will continue to move forward toward developing the dunes in front of our respective properties to meet the Army Corps design standard. We also want to continue to own and maintain our own beaches. We're frustrated by the lack of transparency by the state and support the township's position to request the 90% plans. We support the township position that this approach essentially calls for the township to enter an agreement with the state without full knowledge of what the project will look like when completed. The 90% plan should be shared with all interested parties to ensure that there is clear understanding of the dimension and location of the proposed dune. Even though the project has apparently been delayed another 12 months, we find it unacceptable that the DEP is unwilling to release the 90% project plan until the township executes the agreement. And we just wonder if there's been any response from the DEP to the township request. Also in the May 25th correspondence, the township's requesting to be absolved from any responsibility to maintain the private beaches. The kind of begs the question is where do the private property owners stand in relation to this proposed state aid agreement between the DEP and the township? And what's the township doing for the private property owners in return? Does the township have any authority to be involved, or are you just washing your hands of it? On several occasions, the township's expressed concerns for other properties in Diamond Beach that are not oceanfront. Is there any discussion or agreement between the township and the DEP regarding preventing back bay flooding? And if so, how is it interrelated and/or conditional upon the township executing the state aid agreement for the shore protection project? If the state is forcing this project, we have demands. In the fall, 2021, we sent letters on behalf of the Grand and Sea Point Village. The Grand is seeking relief from unfair easements, which essentially require the Grand to provide free beach access and use to the general public. Sea Point is seeking financial assistance, either from the township or from the state, to reconstruct all 4 dune access walkovers as part of the shore protection project. Since the July 2021 meeting between the DEP, the Lower Township, and private property owners, we're 1 year closer for commencement of the project. We were told to submit our concerns, questions, and priorities in writing. We did so in the fall, and we're still awaiting a response. To be clear, private property owners, all 4 of us, actually support shore protection, and 3 of the 4 have established dune systems. Grand and Sea Point support the township, and in general terms, support the shore protection plan and want the project to go smooth. But we want township support for our positions. We cannot get funding by ourselves. The process for obtaining our funding or work is in kind through the township. We provided our concerns in writing last fall and would like a response. I represent 2 of the 4 private property owners, Sea Point Village and the Grand, which comprise 646 of the 1,200-plus residents in Diamond Beach. And while much is being asked for us, to date, nothing's been offered in return. There's been no formal response to the respective correspondence sent in fall 2021. There's been no dialogue between the township and private property owners, and we're questioning why there's been no action to date. The lack of communication makes it difficult to understand where the private property owners stand with Lower Township. We have questions, and we need your answers.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I'll close the public portion. We'll move to council comments, and I do want to comment in reference to the Diamond Beach project. And, in my view, the township's been very transparent with this whole project from day one. I've personally attended at least 2, if not 3, Zoom meetings with the business owners of Diamond Beach. We've asked the DEP, Army Corps of Engineers, to come down here to address the public at a public meeting, and that happened last year. We did get them to come down. I thought it was a productive meeting. The township has provided multiple emails and drafts of the proposed state agreement with the state to the business owners in Diamond Beach. I think most recently, about 2 weeks ago, we'll call it version 5th, or the 5th draft went back up to the state, and I believe you're copying on that also to keep us in the loop, okay? I know our manager has had dozens of emails and conversations over the telephone with various business owners in Diamond Beach just to keep them up to speed what's happened. Our solicitor, Mr. Belasco, has met multiple times with the attorneys from Diamond Beach to make sure they're up to speed what's going on with the township. We're doing our best. Council is not being hasty. We're not making a decision on the spur of the moment. I just see it's a year later, we're still talking this, okay? We've had many discussions with our attorney on the attorney-client privilege on this project. We probably have more discussion on this project than the other project in the township. So we take it seriously. We're not pushing it forward. So I hope you understand that. And I'm assuming the request for information or concerns, they were memos to the state DEP, not to the township, Mr. Laffey?
The DEP told them to send their questions to us, but every question that you brought to our attention, they're questions that the DEP has to answer. And we know that because, I can't answer their questions without them, and they haven't provided those answers at this point. So I think the questions that you have asked, they've had copies. They were copied on the original draft that you sent my way back in November and October. I then again forwarded to them a few months later, and still they haven't answered those questions. And I think that those questions need to be answered directly by the DEP. You're correct on that.
Okay. Again, I think we're trying to be as transparent as possible. We're providing every document that goes forward to the state, you get a copy of. And we'll continue to work this hard and try to do what's best for everybody. So, anybody else on council want to comment on this at all?
I'd just like to make a notation that we very much appreciate your coming to us and with your issues and trying to address these concerns rather than just maybe a backdoor session somewhere you gotta have between yourselves and then develop improper information, because it is very important to get the information out there. So we thank you very much for your patience and just try to have a little faith in us. You know, we're doing the best we can with what we have to work with.
Yeah, and I'll add also that, when we do meet with the manager and attorney or solicitor on this subject, whatever the business owners discuss with the manager or solicitor comes back to council. Doesn't stay in the manager's office, okay? It comes back to all council. We're talking about it, we're engaged, and we're committed to do what's best for everybody. So I appreciate you coming out to the meeting tonight also. Anybody else?
You're getting the answers we're getting. That's the scary part.
Okay, we'll go around the horn. I got just a couple of things I want to put out. As a reminder, the police youth camp starts this Monday, July 25th, July 29th. We have 62 kids in the camp. It's our 5th year doing the camp. We took 1 year off because of COVID, so it's our 4th camp we're having. Again, we do this for the kids every year. It's 100% paid, doesn't cost the kids $1. They go to the Phillies game, they do the Silver Bullet, they do zip line at the park, they do deep sea fishing. They go over the place for 5 days, and it's a good time to interact with the police department and teach these kids some good things as they mature in life. Another reminder, September 9th is the high school military appreciation night at the high school. It's a Friday night, it's a football game, so if you can make that, it'd be great. And also, just as a reminder again, Nixle is no longer in existence for Lower Township, our emergency alert system that expired June 30th. Our new system is RAVE. If you've not signed up for it, I ask you to sign up for RAVE. That's all I have. Deputy Mayor, anything?
Yeah, a couple things. I'm glad to see that some of our infrastructure projects are actually coming to fruition. We've been working hard trying to get these things off the ground, and we have a couple completed. We have a few more to go, and as far as I'm concerned, it's only the beginning. We have infrastructure that's aged in our township back to the 50s, 60s that need to get taken care of, and we're working that way. So hopefully every year we'll continue to do as many projects as we possibly can. Which leads me to another thing. I've been getting complaints of the 700 block of Pilgrim Plaza. It's a real wide Pilgrim Plaza from the circle towards Ferry Road is very wide, and there's a lot of traffic apparently getting complaints about blowing the stop sign, it's not visible, and also speeding. So if we could get together, maybe with the engineers input to really look at the intersection and look at that and see what we can do to narrow it as it comes into Rose Hill Parkway, because that's where the major problem is. A couple people had near misses with both pedestrian and bicycles. So if we can narrow that down and have them stop before they cross Rose Hill Parkway on Pilgrim Plaza, that would be great. I've seen some things the county has done around the county, and they seem to be working. So I think we can do something there right in the middle of North Cape May to protect our people. It's right by the pool, too, so there's, the people go to the pool that walk there. We need to look out for their safety. Also, being we're not doing a summer concert series at Ferry, I've been thinking I'd like to maybe plant a seed for us to do something in the fall, early fall, possibly over at the Freeman Douglas Park, where we could do a fundraiser similar to what we did at the Ferry for the police camp, raise money for that so the children in Lower Township can enjoy the camp free of charge. So maybe we can get something together to do over in that area in the fall. So it gives us a few months to get something together to plan it. Maybe bring in the food trucks and have a band and have like a family outing there where we can raise some money for the children. That's it.
All right, thank you. Councilman Roy?
I have noticed throughout the township that the 3 local volunteer fire departments have put out a call for recruitment. I would encourage anyone that's interested in participating as a volunteer fireman to contact their respective firehouses and see if they, in fact, qualify for the position. It's a very well-respected position. The community counts on you for your support. You're helping someone that can't help themselves. And there's a certain longevity to being a volunteer. Once you get into that mindset, it benefits everyone. So if anyone has any interest in joining a volunteer fire department, just contact your respective companies. And not only they, but the township would appreciate your concerns and your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Coombs?
I just want to repeat what Deputy Mayor Perry and Manager Laffey said about it's good to see some of these projects on this lengthy sheet of paper that Cody talks about every week coming to fruition. Namely, right around my neighborhood is the Sheriff Taylor Boulevard is all ripped up, getting done by the shopping center there, and the Howland Avenue is the next street over from where I live, and that's good to see that getting done too. So that's it.
Thank you. Councilman Conrad?
I'd like to thank the rec department and the police department for their presence. Clem Morgan, the family night. It's a nice community night. It's starting to build. It's building slow, but everyone's starting to appreciate. We're hearing a lot of pluses about the Morgan Field, how nice it looks. Come on out. It's one night a month, and we're trying to build something up to kind of replace the concerts because right now we have to come up with something. I love the concerts more than anybody, but we'll see what we can do in the future. Also, the infrastructure. You heard about Wildwood. Now we're going for Wildwood. There's a few other streets we're looking at. We're doing everything we can to make every section of the township better. And that's all we're worried about, other than keeping the taxes down. That's it.
Thank you. Okay, we move down to the closed session.
Resolution number 2022-234, resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. This is for contract negotiations, personnel, and attorney-client privilege.
I'll make a motion to move forward.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Sippel?
Yes.